1-1 driven. Deep right. Sierra going back. He looks up and watches it sail out of here. The sky-scraping bomb gives the Caps the lead in the sixth.
Contreras from the stretch. Here's the payoff. Swinging a high drive to left field, chasing Grant Little back. He puts on the afterburners onto the warning track. He leaps. He crashes into the wall, and he makes the catch.
This ball is laced. Meadows on his horse. Did he catch that thing? He sure did. Wow, what a play. First pitch to Lee. He swings and grounds it sharply into left field for a base hit. Grant Little trots home to score. Juan Fernandez stops at second. How about this return to the lineup for Lee Solomon? He's missed the last week on the injured list. 2 at-bats tonight. 2 RBI base knocks. Now 3 driven into the game, and the Caps are closer. It's 5-3 Quad Cities. Happy Saturday night from the Summit City, and what a gorgeous night for baseball it is. The Tin Caps are going for 3 straight victories over the Lansing Lugnuts tonight. Welcome back to Parkview Field, an absolutely beautiful night for baseball. We're glad to have you on this Saturday. Evan Stockton alongside Brett Rump, and this has been a fun series to watch so far because the starting pitching has been awesome. Joey Cantillo a couple of nights ago, and Sam Keating was great last night too. Hey Tin Caps fans, it's time to go from the 260 to the show. The well-worn path from Fort Wayne to San Diego was traveled once again this week as Ty France was called up to the Padres. Back in spring training, France talked about how much his time with the Tin Caps in 2016 meant to him in his development as a pro baseball player. Hammered to left. McHugh looks up and watches it sail out of here. Mason Anderson has tied it. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's a base hit, and Dewanye Williams-Sutton comes home to score. Agustin Ruiz gets it done. He lines the changeup into right field for a base hit, and it drives in officially the game's first run. Fort Wayne leads 1-0, bottom of the 7th. This one driven. Deep right field. Pena looks up. It's off the top of the wall. 2-run score. Make it 3. Harris slides in safely. It's a 3 RBI double for Marcano, and the Caps are in front. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Count full at 3-2. Who wins the battle? We don't have an answer yet.
I feel like we're seeing a repeat of the top of the first inning when Ryan Weathers and Delvin Zinn went at it for a long at-bat. Eventually, Weathers won that battle, striking Zinn out. Let's see if Edwards can win this one against Derek Casey.
Did he go? He did. Strike 3. Edwards, right as we talk about how few times he strikes out, but it was an 11-pitch battle, and that eats into the pitch count of Derek Casey.
Couldn't hold up. Started to go. Thought the pitch was high, but our home plate umpire, Emma Charlesworth-Seiler, didn't need help. Said that Xavier Edwards got the barrel through the plate and rings him up.
Marcano with a base hit back up the box. And Tuku's on with 1 out.
It is hard to get through these top 2 hitters in the Tin Caps order without somebody getting on base. The way Edwards and Marcano have been stroking it lately, somebody usually ends up getting on, and that's good news for the middle of the order with Little, Williams-Sutton, and Ruiz sitting in the 3, 4, 5 spot, coming to bat with runners on base.
Grant Little at the dish. Little had a nasty slump for a time there earlier on this year. It was a slump that was ongoing when these two teams last played in South Bend at the end of April. Since then, Grant has turned it back around in the right direction. Catcher dropped it, but Marcano had his head down and was going back to first. Now he's got to go all the way back to first. The 0 for 22 stretch for Grant Little was from April 25th to May 3rd. Since then, he had hit safely in 8 straight before a hitless night on Saturday. Still, he drove in the only Tin Caps run of the game on a sacrifice fly. Good hitters count for Grant at 2-0. That was a 7-1 loss for the Tin Caps on Saturday. It ended up being the final game of the series against Lansing. Tin Caps won the first 2. We were scheduled to play another one yesterday on Sunday before Mother Nature decided to change the plans. So the Tin Caps won 2 of the 3 games that were actually played. This one driven in the air to center. Roederer on his horse. He can't make the catch. Marcano stopped at second. He's still coming around third. No throw. Grant Little, an RBI double, and the Caps are flying early.
Just the 5th extra base hit of the year for Grant Little. And it comes at a night when the wind is blowing in from left center. He just powered that ball, and it kept carrying over Cole Roederer, who went back further and further, and you kept thinking eventually he's going to catch up with this baseball, but he doesn't. It lands on the warning track. Tucupita Marcano, who had stopped at second to make sure it dropped, ends up coming in to score. Tin Caps jump in front. And that's good news because South Bend is 17-5 this year when they score first. 7-12 when they don't.
Brett did his prep today. It's always nice when that happens.
Someone left me very good notes.
Dewanye Williams-Sutton at the plate. It's a righty-on-righty battle against Derek Casey. Derek Casey, the starter for South Bend, comes into this game off some really good starts, but Grant Little helped to spoil the early part of his start with his RBI double to bring home Tucupita Marcano a few seconds ago. Lined and down. It beat the overshift. Little gets the weight lave around third. Throw cut off. Tin Caps lead by 2.
What a piece of base running by Grant Little. Smart enough to know that that line drive up the middle was going to be close enough to Delvin Zinn, who was in the overshift, to initially go back to second. Once he saw it got past Zinn, he is off and running, cuts the angle on the corner at third, and he slides in without a play at the plate. That's 3 straight Tin Caps hitters who've had very solid contact against Derek Casey.
Speaking of solid contact, Augustin Ruiz coming to the plate. The last time we saw Augustin, he had quite the night. Couple of doubles. And before Ruiz can come to the plate, we've got a mound conference. The congregation has left the mound. And now Derek Casey's got to buckle down. The Tin Caps have scored a couple of runs here in the first, and we get to see Augustin Ruiz. He's our Star Financial Bank star player to watch tonight. Two doubles in the game on Saturday. Now 12 on the season for the lefty hitter. Healthy cut at the first pitch, but it's 0-1.
I don't know if our home plate umpire or a home plate camera can get a shot of it, but what a crazy defensive alignment for South Bend. Second baseman Delvin Zinn has decided to head to right field. He's in shallow right, and he's playing almost over the right shoulder of first baseman Tyler Durna. It's not only an overshift, but an extreme shift of the second baseman, Delvin Zinn.
You can put him wherever you want. And they've decided to pretty much put Zinn in right. Wave and a miss. So it doesn't matter. Augustin Ruiz strikes out. That's what the shift looked like.
Yeah, you see that guy way over on the very right edge of your screen behind the first baseman is the second baseman, and that is just about where he was playing. Left a huge gap on the right side of the infield towards the second base bag, but a little more conventional with Justin Lopez stepping in.
Switch hitter batting left against the righty Casey. Already 2 across in the inning. This one driven deep right. And out of here. Justin Lopez goes deep for the second time in the homestand. And Fort Wayne is feeling it. Juwan Harris at the plate. Asiel Alvino on the bump. And the first pitch is a fastball delivered for strike 1. Alvino, a right-handed hurler. 22 years old from the Dominican. The native Floridian, Juwan Harris, back in the box from the right side. Alvino with an interesting, deliberate delivery on the bump. From the stretch, he throws home. It's a fastball high, 1-1. So Asiel Alvino gets the ball back, stamps his back right leg right near the rubber twice, pulls on his red cap. Now he blows some heat into his right fingertips despite the fact that it's 75 degrees. He squats down like a catcher, now pops back up, comes set near his back right shoulder, and throws home. Harris takes the fastball high and outside, and it's 2-1. Alvino is making relief appearance number 13 this year. His ERA is 4.67. In 17 1/3 innings, he's given up 9 earned. 17 strikeouts, 8 walks for the right-handed hurler. 2-1 coming home. Harris takes it high and in, nearly hit him. Right near his green batting helmet. Juwan Harris has some really good reflexes, and he needed him to dive out of the way of that one. Top of the 6th here at Dow Diamond. We're approaching 9:30 on a Saturday night. 7-4 Loons, 3-1 the count to Juwan Harris. Here's the 3-1. It's a swing and a high fly ball. Hit well, right field. Quadrado going back onto the warning track. He looks up and watches it sail out of here. Juwan Harris with an oppo taco. He goes the other way to right field. That's the second bomb of the night for the Tin Caps. Juwan Harris trots around the bases, taps his chest, points to the sky, and taps home plate. The Tin Caps have a run back. It's 7-5.
That pitch was high and away, and Harris went with it, showed off the strength that he has. Quadrado initially reacted as though he thought he would catch it. He already caught one ball deep on the track tonight. That one kept flying here in the warm air.
Order recycles with Xavier Edwards. Switch hitter batting left. First pitch. He takes the fastball low and outside, and the count is 1-0. This game's got a little bit of everything. We've had 3 bloop base hits, 3 combined errors, 2 on the home team, 12 combined runs, 14 combined hits. And we're only in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 1-0 to Edwards. Swinging a grounder foul. It's 1-1. Just eluded Johnny Carvajal down the first base line. First base coach for the Tin Caps. Fielding coach for the team as well. He joined John on the Bradley Golf Diamonds dugout report today. Remember, tomorrow's Sunday, so we'll get to talk to AC. You have to imagine there will be happy things to report, even though the team lost last night. That homestand over this last week was awesome. Won 6 of 7. 1-1, Edwards swings and smacks it to deep center. Chris Roller goes back, settles, makes the catch. Edwards hit it hard, but Roller was playing back on the guy who entered tonight with the highest batting average in the league. And there's one gone here in the 6th. Lee Solomon to the plate as the Friends theme song plays in the background, and everyone clapped 4 times at the correct time. Lee Solomon wears number 4. Right-handed batter against the righty hurler. Asiel Alvino gave up the leadoff home run here in the 6th. First pitch Solomon swings, smacks it, deep left. Robinson going back onto the warning track. He dives and makes the catch. Lee Solomon smoked that thing onto the warning track, but Dan Robinson was playing back, and the former Central Michigan Chippewa just robbed Lee Solomon of sure extra bases. 2 down.
Robinson had an advantage there as he was playing Solomon deep to begin with. You described before how Robinson is a great athlete, a two-sport guy in high school, standout football player. Showed off that athleticism there with the diving catch on the warning track. That's not the type of catch you see very often, and he robbed Lee of extra bases.
Grant Little at the plate, first pitch. He takes the fastball low, 1-0. So a home run to start the inning, the opposite way from Juwan Harris. After that, hard hit ball, but a fly out for Xavier Edwards, and then a hard line out. Lee Solomon robbed of extra bases on a diving catch. That's 3 hard hit balls this inning for the Tin Caps, but it's only produced 1 hit. Fortunately, it did also produce a run. 7-5 Loons, top of the 6th. 1-0. Little takes the changeup low, and it's 2-0. Good night for Grant. RBI double in the 5th. Crowd of just over 3,500 tonight. 3,542, the official attendance. They're watching Grant Little at the plate with the home team up by 2. 2-0 the count to Little, the pitch. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count moves to 2-1. Crowd last night was 1,164. It did indeed double.
More than that.
Nearly triple. The weather has also increased by about 20 degrees from last night to tonight. 2-1. Little takes the curveball in the outside corner, and Alvino fights back. The count's now 2-2. 7-5 Loons, top of the 6th. Juwan Harris had an opposite field home run, leading off his top of the 6th. Grant Little doubled home run in the 5th. Caps had 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 4th, and so far 1 here in the 6th. No one on and 2 out, 2-2 the count to Little. Alvino comes set and throws. Swinging a little looper, shallow center. Long run for everybody. Second baseman going back, and Amaya makes the catch. Chris Roller came on, slammed on the brakes to give Amaya some room to make the catch to end the inning. Little pops out to second, but the Caps do get a run leading off the top of the 6th inning. Juwan Harris with an opposite field shot to right. That's the second straight inning with a home run for the Tin Caps. Justin Lopez hit one in the 5th, and Juwan Harris hits one leading off the 6th. 1 run in the frame on 1 hit, that home run. No errors, none left. Through 5.5 here at Dow Diamond tonight. It's Loon 7, Tin Caps 5. Great Lakes to the plate in a second on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.